Deep breathing, so breathe in nice and deeply. And out. And again, breathe in. And out. And we can come round to the side. I'm just going to get our client to breathe in and drop the chin to chest. And breathe out, come back. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. I'm going to come round to the back. And cover the shoulders. And use a little bit of oil just to lubricate. You do want enough to be able to work on these areas. You do quite a lot of work on the shoulders. So I'm going to afferrage the oil in. And I'm going to start with thumb pressures up the side of the scapula and over the top. There's the pressure there.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And the next one comes a little bit further in. And across the top. Take it right over the deltoid. And the third one's coming up the side of the spine, either side, and up into the occipital ridge, and then across the shoulders. I'm going to do 3 of those. Is that still alright?
That's lovely.
I'm going to come to the side of the body. Friction around the shoulders. So we're going to friction 3 times to really warm up the muscles. And then we're going to go in with the fingers, tips of fingers, and friction around the scapula. So you're working on the rhomboids, the trapezius, getting the top of the levator scapula, over the supraspinatus, top of the deltoid. How's the pressure?
It's perfect.
Good. I'm going to lift the arm, that lifts the scapula. We can get a little bit further underneath. You see a little bit of erythema already. Bringing better oxygen supply in. And then we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to come back to thumb pressures either side of the spine. They're coming up, over to the clavicle, and then finger pulls back. So this is a thumb push and a finger pull. How's that feel? Yeah? Just make sure you take it all the way up with your pressure and all the way down. And this time we're going to come up and knead and lift the trapezius. And then we're going to cup. And hack. And champy. And cup. And jumpy. And finish with a nice bit of kneading on the shoulders, up into the neck. And we're going to iron down, which will bring us into doing the arms. Go back one at a time so you're not breaking contact. And we're going to roll forward. Heel of hand. Rolling over the arms. All the way down. And all the way back. How's the pressure? That's great. Try not to pinch. You don't really get the fingers and the heel of hand joining. Try not to dig your fingers in at the front. And we're going to lift, do a passive move, and lift the elbows and drop. Lift and drop. And drop. So then we're going to come up and work the neck. So coming all the way up. The pressure is a bit tight, isn't it? Is it right? Not too much?
That's lovely.
So you're doing a kneading roll and a sort of pump on the neck, which is very good for the lymphatic system. As well as loosening the muscles. So then I'm going to sweep across. I'm going to do some alternate thumb atterrage or frictions. It's can be quite deep. We're going to follow over the supraspinatus and up and join where the sternocleidomastoid inserts into the bone at the back of the ear. I'm going to come back to do that 3 rows. The second row is going to be a little bit further out. That's a beaut there, isn't it? And come up a little bit further round into the middle of the occipital ridge. And then the third row is going to come across the top of the scapula. So you're going to find the levator scapula joining there, the medial aspect of the scapula. And then when you come to the spine, we're going to go up the side of the spine and up into the occipital ridge. And we're going to do 9 rows of that. So 3 lots of 3. Coming up into the mastoid process. And then the next row, a little bit further around, about an inch. Coming up into the occipital ridge. And the third one, going around the top of the scapula and up the side of the spine. And this really does get to the parts that the massages don't. So do watch your pressure because it can be painful. So we want to work to client's pain threshold. We've got a nice bit of erythema there, which is only temporary, it'll go off. But it's a good sign that we've relaxed the muscles, got the oxygen supply going. So we're going to come around the other side, do the same thing this side. Up to the mastoid process again. And up beside the spine. Just focus on the thumbs, try and keep the rest of your hand relaxed so that even though you go around the front of the neck, you're not throttling the client. If you focus on the thumbs and try and relax the rest of your fingers, you shouldn't have any problem with that. Finish with a nice kneading of the neck, which feels a lot looser now. Coming up into that occipital ridge. And we're going to go into our frictions along the occipital ridge. Heel of hand first. And then the tips of the fingers getting into the muscles joint. And we've finished the shoulders now. So we'll cover up. And tuck the hair. I might use that one just now. Straight in to windscreen wiper, coming from front to back, just generally frictioning all over the side of the head. So pressure, was that right?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Change sides. And we can claw through. Do some palm. Just friction and get your palm in and move up and down. Get the palm close to the scalp and friction. And then we can have some tabla playing. The order that you do things on the head doesn't really matter. I think it's nice to do a variety of different, some firm movements and then some lighter ones. As long as you demonstrate the main ones, tabla playing and then plucking. Just a soft landing. And a fast takeoff. Stimulates the scalp really well. So claw through between. I'm going to do some hair pulling, so I'm going to get right in close to the scalp, close my fingers and pull the hair. I think you've got long hair. Just have to get right in close to the scalp rather than pulling it from the ends, which is a lot more painful. This feels nice, it feels as though you're stimulating the hair follicle. And we're going to champy. Claw through, maybe a bit of ruffling. And then I'm going to squeeze the scalp above the ears and lift. Squeeze and lift. And the same back to front. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. And I'm going to finish with some really nice firm scalp massage. Paying particular attention to this occipital ridge with the thumbs. And having done the hair, I'm just going to clean the hands. I'm going to put the round pillow underneath and under the neck. And lift this one up and I'll ask you just to move your hips forward and recline backwards. That's it. Come back a little bit more. Good. Are you comfortable?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
And I like to use a little bit of white lotion on the face. I don't think it's quite as greasy. And I'm going to lubricate the whole of the face. I'm just going to lift this one a little bit more, that's it. Okay, so you're comfortable?
Yeah, that's okay.
start on the temples. That pressure relax.
Yeah, that's great.
And around the eyes, coming up into the sinus point with a little bit more pressure. So nice and soothing. Put the pressure on as you hit the nose, come up to the sinuses. And then ease off the pressure as you come towards the end of the eyebrow. This time we're going to come up and do some pressure walks towards the forehead and the hairline. Come across about an inch and back down to join the eyebrows. Come along the eyebrow, larger circles at the temple. You can also loosen up the cheeks and muscles around the TMJ joint. So you've got your zygomaticus and your masseter, buccinator, pterygoids. And then go back to working around the eyes. And this time we're going to come to the nose and drain the sinuses under the zygomatic bone. Ease off the pressure, come down again, draining under the zygomatic bone. Sinuses in the face which get quite blocked. And then we can come back up and work on the upper sinuses. Just applying a little pressure and hold. Is that right?
Yeah, that's great.
And then sweep away. I'm going to do one more under the cheeks to bring us to the ears. So we're going to squeeze and roll the ears, which can hold a lot of tension. And they represent the whole body. And then we're going to flip and to pot. And use our topotment all over the face. Stimulates the nerve endings and helps to tone the skin. And we're going to finish with a placement over the chin. And the eyes. Forehead. And the third eye. And that brings us to the end of our treatment. I will leave my client here for 5 minutes just to quietly come round, would be nice. And then we'd give them a glass of water and home care advice. See how they feel. Get some feedback if you're doing your case studies, 2 strengths and 2 weaknesses. And get the client to sign their evaluation form. So that's it. Should take half an hour.